excellence in diversity, equity, and inclusion for the Culture Club.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938, Matson celebrating 25 years of commitment to Guam, Micronesia, and the CNMI. Cars Plus, Guam's leader in sustainability and electric vehicles. Learn more at carsplusguam.com. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, and King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Prime Time.
A divide at one event. Officials on one side celebrating the reactivation and renaming of Marine Corps Base Camp Blas, while others protesting against the military's plans.
A violent attack on man's best friend. A viral cell phone video sparking outrage from Guam's animal lovers. Now 2 teens taken into custody.
The Northern Marianas College making some budget cuts amid the CNMI's deficit, with major construction projects underway as students still attend classes in these temporary classrooms after recent typhoons.
Hafid, good evening. I'm Nick Delgado. Welcome to Prime Time. We will get to our top stories in just a moment, but first, breaking news as we come on the air. Police searching for a killer after discovering a body in Jigo earlier this week. Guam Police Chief Stephen Ignacio confirming with KUAM just before news time that the man died from blunt force trauma. The chief medical examiner performing the autopsy ruled his death a homicide. Ignacio also confirming investigators believe the man to be Jason Susiquo. Authorities still unsure how long he was dead before being found. As reported, conservation officers found his remains partially decomposed Tuesday morning along Route 15 near the Raceway Park in Jigo. Crime scene detectives unable to confirm at the scene if the body was that of a man until the following day. Ignacio is urging the community to help to find his killer. Anyone with information asked to call police immediately or report it to Guam Crime Stoppers. Now to a divide between some in the local community and others witnessing the Marine Corps Base Camp Blas reactivation and naming ceremony in Asin today. An historic moment for the military and for this part of the world. Security was tight. Mitsuki Hirayama reports from the War in the Pacific National Park, where the military and local authorities kept close watch on attendees' every move, including the media.
Military fighter jets fly over Asin Beach Park, starting the reactivation and official naming of the new Marine Corps base after a Guam man, the late Brigadier General Vicente Blas.
I am honored to represent our family by speaking here today.
Vince Blas is his grandson.
The reactivation and the naming of the new Marine Corps base Camp Blas is a tremendous honor to the people of Guam and our grandfather. I know he's smiling down upon all of us in peaceful gratitude.
Security was strict for the ceremony. The ceremony at the War in the Pacific so widely watched right now that the military even had to shuttle the media and dignitaries to the event, expecting crowds to come out and witness this historic moment. Federal, international, and local government officials attending the event. General David Berger, Marine Corps Commandant, speaking on Blas's 29 years of service to the military and his time as Guam's delegate.
He is the man who showed us how to remember our past without letting it stifle our future. You see, Ben Blas, he may have built these bridges, but it's our job, I think, to ensure that they remain strong, that they endure. And that's precisely what this base is all about.
Assistant Secretary of the Navy Meredith Berger sharing how the growing military presence is important.
Together we will project power, engage in diplomacy, and deter. And if all else fails, together we will be prepared to fight and win from this platform.
Governor Lou Leon Guerrero using this time to remember the Marines swarming into this very spot during World War II to help liberate Guam from Japanese occupation.
This sends a powerful message to the world that Guam is an even mightier tip of the Pacific Spear.
But as the Magahaga was speaking to the nation's first and only Chamorro-named base, protesters against the buildup were nearby. Local activists with Priteri Litegson having a close encounter with GPD SWAT, telling them they need to move their protests to the other side of the park, outside the barriers.
So what you guys can do is still protest.
United States Marine Corps.
Okay. Why? But we're just standing here.
And
this is
all
an area
distinguished guests.
that was reserved.
We are so deeply honored to have you join us today.
Parks.
81 years ago,
So they are
on December 8,
you're authorized to be here too,
1941,
but your designated area
hours
to
after
protest,
the attack
exert
on
your
Pearl
freedom of
Harbor,
speech.
So no freedom of speech on this side.
The group's Monica Flores is heard live streaming.
It doesn't feel good to be, told we can't participate in a public event. We don't want war, The bases make us a bigger target for war. Yeah, and we're tired of being a colony.
Still, the governor adding the plans include benefits to the island while strengthening Guam's security posture.
We worked with our military partners. We ensured everyone respects regional sensitivity and international security agreements, and with the recognition that the long-term goal must achieve sustainable peace for all.
Peace that apparently comes at a price with protests. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Meanwhile, it was a representative from Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs who spoke about the critical importance of the base to Indo-Pacific security and Japan's defense posture. Tokyo recently unveiled a new defense strategy, which includes huge spending increases and counter-offensive capability that it was typically shunned since the end of World War II.
To ensure the defense of Japan and maintenance of regional peace and stability in the increasingly severe security environment, it is essential to further strengthen the alliance's deterrence and response capabilities. The Japan and U.S. alliance is the cornerstone of the people and peace and prosperity of the Indo-Pacific region, and the linchpin of Japan's foreign policy. The Japan and the United States engaged in close cooperation toward realizing free and open Indo-Pacific. Our goal is to prevent unnecessary conflict in the Indo-Pacific and utilizing the region's potential for stability and prosperity for the wider world. Guam is located at the forefront of such effort, and its strategic importance is ever growing. In that context, it is very important that new Marine Corps bases will be developed here. That's why the government of Japan has been providing the funding for these facility development projects since 2009.
That's Vice Minister Yoshikawa Yuumi. The Japanese government has committed $3 billion to the construction of Camp Blas. Well, a friendly dog owned by a Santa Rita resident is attacked. Two young boys now stand accused of taking advantage of the animal's kind nature. The incident caught on camera and widely shared on social media. Destiny Cruz with the story as one of the teens now facing charges of animal abuse in local court.
Many are outraged and horrified at this video gone viral. The disturbing footage showing a Santa Rita teenager brutally beating a dog with a wooden board, knocking the animal unconscious, while the other behind the camera cheered on. WhatsApp and neighborhood watch chats rallying to identify those responsible. Overnight, Guam Police Department confirmed a 19-year-old Darren Kanata and a 13-year-old boy were taken into custody. Kanata facing animal cruelty charges and taken to DOC. The younger teen was taken to DYA. Santa Rita Mayor Del Alvarez is upset over the violent attack.
No reason at all, and I thought that's cruel. And I got a lot of my constituents were really upset, and I don't blame them. My own family, my two daughters and granddaughter don't even want to look at the video when they heard of what happened. Because, their dog
the mayor echoing the frustration of others.
They're sick. I mean, you know, you can flex your muscle when you do some good deeds, but to hurt an animal and then show a pose for the picture with your muscles showing, I think the guy needs help.
The incident left others asking, why would anyone do this to a harmless pet? Guam Animals in Need board member Gabe Baker says this.
It's a repeated thing, you know, so this is taught, you know, so apparently someone taught that 19-year-old that it's okay. And now the 19-year-old is probably a relative or something, like 13-year-old kid, and he's showing him that.
Baker and Alvarez express the solution lies in compassion, educational outreach, owners properly tying up their dogs, and spaying and neutering. As for the dog, the mayor says the owner is shaken up, but his furry friend is doing okay, eating well, and would be treated by a vet for the trauma. Destiny Cruz, KUAM News.
A highly emotional exchange inside the courtroom today, a mother and daughter showcasing how they've both healed and are in recovery from the abuse both were put through by a man they lived with for years. The mother spared having to serve any jail time after her part in the case. Authorities say she did not stop the abuse from happening to her child. Tonight, a story of forgiveness as the family is ready to move on from this nightmare.
Defendant Natasha Peters wiped the tears from her eyes, showing remorse for the sexual abuse her little girl was forced into for years inside their home. The victim, now an adult, was only 11 when this man, Dwayne Peters, began sexually assaulting her. He's since been convicted and faces up to life in prison for the crime. Natasha, who pleaded guilty to criminal facilitation of first-degree criminal sexual conduct and testified against Dwayne at his trial, learned her fate before Superior Court Judge Arthur Barcenas.
I just want to say that I'm very, very sorry. Thank you.
She got a 3-year suspended prison sentence, meaning she would not have to spend another day in prison.
I would just like to apologize for the crime that I committed and the embarrassment that I caused my family. And the pain that it's brought to my children, including my daughter.
Testifying virtually from off island is the victim.
This crime has tainted my life with so much pain and hardship. I felt isolated, violated, and unloved most of the time. I never spoke my mind in fear that no one would understand or care. Even now, after all the therapy sessions, the interviews, and the trial, this part of my life is really hard to talk about. Nonetheless, I do not blame my mother. I blame Dwayne.
Natasha's daughter sharing in the courtroom how she still has the same love for her mom.
When I reported this crime, my mom told me that she was proud of me. She told me to do the right thing. And then she did the right thing herself by telling the truth. And no matter how damaging it was to her, even after losing her job, even after she faced charges and was put on house arrest for 2 years, my mom never made me feel like any of it was my fault. She supported me through all of it and continues to do that today. Though she did not have the strength to report the crime herself when it first happened, my mom never did anything to harm me and never tried to silence me. She's not a danger to anyone. She's actually one of the most kind-hearted people I know, and is still the only parent in my life that I can turn to. I saw how Dwayne treated her and heard him threaten to take the boys whenever there was a disagreement. So knowing that now as an adult, I cannot blame another woman for being scared to leave an abusive man. I can't blame a mother for wanting to not risk her children either. I've already made amends with her and her part in what happened, and now after everything I've been through and everything my brothers have been through, all I want is to have our mom back.
Natasha spent more than 100 days in prison since the crime was reported and more than 200 days under house arrest. Her daughter telling the judge she's done her time.
Instead of trying to deny what her husband did, Natasha told the truth from the start and never backpedaled. I just want her to be free from this so my family and I can move on and grow together as we should have done a long time ago. Natasha deserves to be free because setting her free would give me so much closure, knowing that my family on Guam could be happy again.
Natasha was placed on 1 year unsupervised probation.
Caught in the act, a man is captured trying to burglarize a local elementary school. Authorities even finding drugs. 43-year-old Stephen Salas Jr. charged with burglary, possession of a Schedule II controlled substance, criminal trespass, and criminal mischief. Officers were called to the Estumbo Elementary School on Tuesday after the security alarm went off. Court documents state police found Salas hiding near the fence line. He allegedly told police he was only going to get water and was not there to commit a crime. Documents state officers also found a baggie with meth residue and a glass stem with marijuana residue. We'll have more news coming up. Keep it here. You're watching KUAM.
Up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
When we face an uncertain path, when we struggle with life's challenges, and when the unexpected happens.
It's a beautiful. The current semester is not at risk.
We're not going to suspend classes. We're not going to cut the number of classes. We're going to continue with the spring term as scheduled.
The news comes amid increased enrollment at the college. Nearly 1,200 students attend NMC. The college is preparing for major construction of its facilities with $100 million worth of federally funded projects in the books over the past 3 years. But its budget for fiscal year 2023 is just $3 million. Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News.
CNMI Governor Arnold Palish is expected to make some major appointments any moment now, as he's asked for the courtesy resignations of all boards and commissions. In a recent memo, Palish is writing, quote, "We are dedicated to making fresh changes that will help to rebuild trust and confidence." KUAM asked Northern Marianas College Board Chair if their board members will step down.
I don't disrespect the request, but it is a courtesy request. I think it's as far as autonomy or what, even if you are, I think it is almost out of respect for the new administration and most especially governor and lieutenant governor. You have to think about it at least.
3 members were just reappointed by former Governor Ralph Torres. 2 board seats are up in 2024 and another 2 in 2025. He says no resignations were submitted so far, but expects to discuss the matter with the board later. Now for a look at your world at home. Here's a view captured off the cliffside in Tizon today. The Guam National Weather Service forecasting a breezy Friday, only 10% slight chance of rain. A high surf advisory remains in place.
New year, new you, new adventures. How about a new Jeep to go along with it? It is the Start Something New sales event happening now at Cars Plus. Experience a new level of freedom and adventure in the new Jeep Gladiator. Or how about the all-new legendary Jeep Grand Cherokee L? The most awarded SUV ever now features a fresh interior design and 3 rows of seating. Call us at 671-477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to get pre-approved online today.
Happy new phone! Start the new year off right with a brand new phone from GTA. For limited time, trade in your old phone and get up to $800 off your new phone with any unlimited plan. Say goodbye to that cracked screen and say hello to the latest 5G phones. We accept over 100 types, any condition, even locked. Get more with GTA. More 5G coverage, more unlimited plans, more savings. Visit gta.net for more info.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
All right, sports fans, every time we have the one and only Doug Palmer in the KUAM News Zoom Room, that means we are talking not only about UOG, but we are talking about high-level competition sports on Guam. So, Doug, it's always good to see you, my friend.
Glad to be here, Jason. We're excited about the program. We're starting, I said we got 7 sports playing right now, and that's kind of setting potentially setting an all-time record for UOG of having this number of sports playing at the same time. So it's a little bit wearing me down, but it's also a great, exciting time too.
Well, if you go home at the end of the day and, like completely ready to become one with the mattress and everything because you've been working on UOG sports, like that's
Yes.
a well-lived life.
Absolutely.
All right. But the two things we are going to talk about are the UOG, the Invitational Baseball Tournament, which I know is being played at Ukadu, which, by the way, is a completely redesigned field. So hats off to Bill Bennett and his crew over there. I was over there up this past weekend. Phenomenal field.
Yes. It drains very well. It's got great lights. So we're really happy about being able to play there. We pretty much knew as soon as they had told us that Paseo was going to have a concert the weekend before that we didn't even think about going to Paseo because we knew the field wouldn't be in good shape after that. So, and we've been playing in the Guam Amateur League this past fall. So we knew Okadu was a great place to play. And, I contacted Bill, and Bill, me and him worked out all the details of playing out there. So for the next 3 weekends, we'll still be out there playing in our UOG Baseball, UOG Endowment Foundation Invitational.
Well, speaking of now, of course, baseball has been a thing again since face-to-face athletic competition has resumed. But for the first time in quite a while, UOG is fielding a women's volleyball team. And I remember when I was playing in club ball in the 90s, UOG's women's team was like the dominant team.
But now it's now 4 years later, we decided to try women's volleyball again, first with the beach version this fall, and now with the indoor version. And we still don't have a great number of players yet, but we have 7 or 8 out there. But we have a 5-team league, and we're really excited that we played our first match last night, and we won our first match 3-0 over the Guam Pro number 2 team. They got 2 teams in our tournament.
So you took them in straight sets.
Really excited.
Nice. You took them in straight sets. Well done.
Oh yeah. Well, but this is a younger team, so they're high school age. So we're we really we don't have a real experienced team playing together, but we had a little bit more experience of playing on the court. So I think that kind of gave us the advantage towards the end of each match. But one was 25-23 and one was 25-22. So and the third one was 25-19. So we didn't whip them at all, but we did get the victory out of it. But it was just great playing volleyball. I actually tend to think women's volleyball may be the best spectator women's sport there is. It's just a little bit different than everything else. And I actually coached women's volleyball way back when a little bit. So I really like women's volleyball, and I was excited about watching our team play last night.
Very nice. And I guess fitting too, Doug, because one of the members, and since you've been over there at UOG, there's now a UOG Athletic Hall of Fame, and one of the recent inductees was the great Tosca Lindberg, who was playing when I was at UOG. She was dominant. So yes. It's kind of very, very apropos that the team would come back when Tosca's likeness is right up there as they walk into the gym. Hopefully they get inspired by her.
Say that again?
Hopefully they get inspired by her, because she was
Absolutely.
A very, very good player.
Hopefully they stop and read and take a look. And we always try to tell them, someday you may be up there. So it's something to work towards. But Tosca, I talked to her several times. Sorry she couldn't get back here for the actual induction. But she really did. She's an all-inspiring physical specimen. She's in a picture with 3 other Hall of Famers from basketball, and she just dominates the picture.
Yeah.
So, and
she was a very nice person too. I remember that.
Most of them come up to about here on her. So
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
There you have it. McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich. You'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Finally tonight, your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Thursday birthday love going out on this January 26th to Jane Almandras. Happy birthday, Jane. Love the family, the friends, and the Tatua Hula Fitness crew. Kai Aver Sablan Roberto, love, hugs, and kisses on your special day. Have a very safe and blessed birthday event. Shout-outs coming from the whole family. Sean Mark Umpinko, happy birthday to our smart and handsome godson. Man, that's the kind of love you only get from Nina. And Nina Verna and Nino Albert are sending you their very best. They're extremely proud of you, Sean, as they should be. And Doris Cepeda, happy birthday, mommy. Now, you also get the emoji cake. Not just the normal one, but you get the fancy emoji cake, you know, the one you have to have like an iPhone 14 for, with the candles and the chocolate on the side. You know what? You may win the free birthday cake tomorrow from Cold Stone Creamery, so you got to tune in tomorrow to see if you win. But this shout out comes from Desiree and Doris. Desiree is very, very proud of you. So happy birthday.
And that's your primetime show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Nick Delgado. Stay safe and good night.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome to LFG Love for Guam. I'm Nick.
And I'm Matsuki. Do we have a show for you? Tonight, Nick and I go dancing in Tumon. Let's go silent disco. Lights, paint, let's glow.
LFG. Matsuki and I get to tuning.
What'd you order? Hello, Nick?
I can't hear you. We are getting lit this holiday season.
Down at Lit Restaurant and Bar in Tumon.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the party. Should we have them try?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Hey, DJ, come and play that song.
And without the headphones, we look like this.
Well, it's our first silent disco, and we're here with the man who's behind all of it. So what's your name, sir?
So my name is Charlie Hermosa, and welcome.
Charlie giving us a different side of Bella Wings Aviation.
As you can tell, there's actually 3 genres of music going on right now, but you can't really listen to any of it. That's the crazy part. It almost sounds like it's a basketball game. A lot of squeaking sneakers, but good genres, good vibes. If you hear, well, you actually can't hear, but if you look at the people dancing and you want to listen to the music they're listening, you click on it to the different genre and you vibe with them as well.
That's a vibe. She wanna vibe. That's a vibe, yeah.
The headphones were actually originally set for the drone light show, so what we wanted to do was put on a drone light show and then, you know, the people can listen to music. What ended up happening was Helen, who is one of the owners of Lit, said, hey, have you ever done a silent disco? And I said, no, let's do it. And here we are. There had some people that had done it back in the mainland over in Europe. And so the experience was there. So we wanted to bring that to Guam and just kind of get that going. And it actually is going to continue to grow. So from here, we want to do a bigger show, a bigger production. And, you know, we'll see where that goes.
It's very much giving Silento.
It's very awkward. But it's insanely interesting because you get to see what people are vibing, though, even though you're not listening to the music. And then you change to their tune and you start vibing with them. You can take off your headsets, have a normal conversation with people where you normally would be so loud. So in that sense, it's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing.
And that's enough talking. Let's get back to the dance floor. Show him what you got, Nick.
Jake, you give it a go too.
So cool how each color on our headsets really made for a rather new way to communicate with everyone inside the club. Can't wait for the next one.
See ya!
So that was awkwardly fun.
Very much, and thank you to our friends at Lit and Bella Wings Aviation for having us there for the party, and be on the lookout for the next one.
Still to come on LFG Love for Guam, Mitsuki and I get our hands dirty. Find out what has us spending our day down south when we return. This is LFG.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
I can't make that amount work right now.
Mom, what is it? Can I get new basketball shoes?
We'll see.
Can I please have $20 for my field trip?
I don't know.
Can I go to my friend's house after school?
Anak, hindi pwede.
We're all trying our best to make ends meet. The governor's childcare programs are helping businesses and working families care for Guam's kids. This ad is paid for with funds administered by the Department of Public Health and Social Services. Visit guamchildcare.com to apply today.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Jack, the data shows that people love our more flavorful ultimate cheeseburgers.
Show me the data. So the data's good.
The data's real good.
Well, actually, it's the best data I've ever had. My best-selling ultimate cheeseburgers, now seasoned as they grill.
LFG! A monthly love letter to all the amazing things happening on this island we call home.
From adventures to hidden treasures.
To the familiar things we know and love. Love for Guam. It's your monthly ticket to the best Guam has to offer.
So, LFG.
Watch LFG on the last Thursday of every month. Presented by Taco Bell. Live Moss. Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome back to LFG Love for Guam. Are you good at using your hands to build?
Me, not so much, but our next adventure has us inside a bus reimagined into a workshop on wheels. Mitsuki and I challenge each other to see who can build it best.
Hi, my name is Berlene Nicholas. Welcome to the Build It Yourself workshop with the Bee's Nest on the Bottega.
It's a fun time on wheels.
And we go on board.
Okay, sand. So first we're gonna do is sand the edges.
Berlene Nicholas putting us to work.
But safety first.
Oh, PPEs. You guys want gloves, masks, goggles? Yep, right here. Help yourself.
Protect the eyes.
Now, let's get to building. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Nick and I are making our own unique versions of vision boards.
Okay, sand your edges. It doesn't have to be really good. The goal is just to get the spray, the frays off.
All in the corners?
Yeah, mostly the corners.
Got it. So don't be rough around the edges. Check.
We're not trying to do the most. We're just trying to take the splinters off.
I wonder who she's talking about.
I feel like you saw me doing the most.
Oh no.
I was like, my hands were heated.
Yeah, no.
I'm already going to call it.
It's going really slow. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to sand it, but
just straight away like this, like just go. I'm just doing it like that. You're just trying to get.
Am I just going like one direction?
Yeah.
One direction.
Like the band.
Thanks for the assist, Nick. But we already know who's taking home the win.
Magical sprinkles. Sawdust. Proof we are getting somewhere.
Now that it's all smoothed out, time to slap these wooden frames on our boards. Nick getting himself into a very sticky situation.
We're gonna put wood glue on the edges of this. Wood glue is stronger than anything.
Okay.
No, for wood specifically.
Okay.
Like nails, screws.
Okay.
Wood glue is like the strongest. And then your nail gun.
Oh.
Straight to the point.
Okay, straight to it.
You're gonna put it down on.
I feel intimidated.
No, this is supposed to be the most comfortable place that you're ever going to.
Okay, I'm relaxed.
That's it. Yep. I'm gonna pop one more in the middle. Stay center. Use the spring. Yep. I always like to use the reference that a kitchen knife is more dangerous than power tools.
Great tips, Berlin, but now I gotta catch up.
So just hold it center. You wanna grab it with 2 hands and I'll get the wood. Yeah.
Here I go.
It feels kind of empowering
Yes.
to hold it and do it myself.
And yep. If you took the full-on class, or workshop, you would feel like you could build.
And just when I thought I was getting the hang of it.
Is that center on that side? I
No,
forgot
it's
to ask
not.
you if that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I am so sorry.
No, you're okay. You're fine. Are you okay? Don't worry about
Hopefully
it.
the gun is okay.
No, you're fine.
Oh man, you scared me there.
Sorry about it.
No worries, on to the next step, the design.
Whoa, Nick looks like he's in the lead. But it's really all about who has the best one in the end.
Thank you for helping me.
Maybe you help with something.
You get a lifeline too. One lifeline each. This line is very, very crooked.
Perfection is not appreciated around here.
The pressure is definitely on.
This is a pretty great idea to do with kids, friends, coworkers, and dare I say, easy.
Okay, I'll use a lifeline. Help, please. We are putting on the final touches to our vision boards.
Plus, our time is almost up to get them done.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Okay, are you guys ready to show what you built?
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1. What you got down there at the bottom, Nick?
I got some hooks, so it's functional to put keys or whatever you like. This is my vision board. It includes KUAM 2023 and allows you to just use it suggestively while taking in, some of the culture and history of our island.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sukes, what do you got?
I have a calendar here, and I left the ribbon blank so I can just add the months, and I'll just add post-its. And I have a little quote in the bottom by Emily Dickinson. It says, "A word is dead when it is said, some say. I say it just begins to live that day." Thanks to Pinterest.
And the winner is?
It's a tie.
A tie.
A tie. High five.
High five.
Wow, I think I won that challenge.
I agree. Hashtags babes can build it. If you want to see and explore more, follow at bb.buildit on Insta.
And just around the way on LFG, he's a stylist to the stars, and we have him right here speaking about his looks. It's a vibe you don't want to miss. So stay right there. This is LFG.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
New year, new you, new adventures. How about a new Jeep to go along with it? It is the Start Something New sales event happening now at Cars Plus. Experience a new level of freedom and adventure in the new Jeep Gladiator. Or how about the all-new legendary Jeep Grand Cherokee L? The most awarded SUV ever now features a fresh interior design and 3 rows of seating. Call us at 671-477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to get pre-approved online today.
Hey, you want to order some Taco Bell?
Two grilled chicken burritos, 2 bold flavors. Order on the app, only at Taco Bell.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale, with a breakdown of the most important info, including costs, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at 11 a.m. on streaming and TV8, or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome back to LFG Love for Guam. This month, Pepsi Pulse interviewee will have you serving looks for days at any event.
He's a Guam native, a stylist to the celebrities in the City of Angels. If you haven't already heard of him, meet Storm Pablo.
It's time for your Pepsi Pulse.
My name is Storm Pablo. I am from Guam, specifically Dedido, Guam. And I am a stylist based out of Los Angeles now.
He's a fashion guru to the stars.
Specifically for Bad Bunny and Jack Harlow.
But years before the fast-paced life, Storm Pablo called Guam home.
I have a pretty good memory of that. I went to elementary school in Guam at Reactivation Elementary School. My grandmother worked at, actually she still does work at GPA, and she used to take me to work with her when I was a kid, and we would take these field trips, and she would take me to go get like sweet and sour seeds at the store, Taco Bell specifically.
A simpler time, he was a military kid, so at the age of 12, his family relocated off-island. Fast forward, Storm says his interest in fashion came early, inspired by his mom who worked in retail stores like Gap and Nike.
When I turned like 26, I just got kind of tired of everything that I was doing at the time. I was really just like bartending and working at like sneaker stores, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna move to LA and I'm gonna figure it out. And when I did, I didn't really know that I was gonna end up doing styling per se, but everything in my world when I moved here was just aiming towards this position right now.
Working internships and at retail stores, the hustle was real. His work brought him around stylers who he was in charge of scheduling to make showroom appearances.
One day I was just like, man, I really want to try my hand at this. And I did. And, you know, I worked really hard for 2 years. Like, that's all I cared about was, you know, just taking my styling career to the next level. And now we're here.
The 31-year-old says he watches the trends.
My goal now is to give people, you know, especially people of color, you know, the same opportunities. So I'm always looking for new designers, and you know, I would say that, you know, the youth definitely inspires me now. I would say I definitely have more of a street style for sure. I mean, I was born in '91, and I feel like that's something that, you know, and nobody could really take from me, and it's like an experience that like I still, you know, let it be TV shows, let it be, you know, cartoons, hip hop at the time, R&B at the time. I really incorporate that into my style today.
A recent article dubbed Storm the stylist who turned Bad Bunny into a fashion icon.
I'm proud of myself for what I'm doing, but I never really think of myself as like the guy that like turned him into anything. I think that we were able to really do that together. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I've worked with artists where it's like, you know, you completely take the ball and run with it, and these are all your ideas, and you dress him. He's such a creative guy. Like, there's things that he's done that I'm like, I would typically never wear that. And I can't believe that you want to do this. And it turns out like being the biggest hit ever.
A big hit, much like Storm's career has become.
It's crazy. To be honest with you, it's weird because it's something that I've been doing for a while now. Even before him, I worked with other celebrities. But a person of his caliber, you know, we just went on tour in Latin America. And there was a moment in time where I kind of just sat there and I was looking at him and I was just like, oh, this is like the biggest artist in the world right now. And like, how am I even in this room with all these Puerto Ricans? And I should probably learn Spanish.
As he puts it, a pinch me moment. But he stays focused on the job to avoid getting starstruck.
It's like one of the only jobs that you can kind of just wake up and just be like, and call yourself a stylist. And you are one, you know? Well, until you know, start getting clients or whatever. But I think that what I learned about it was, you know, when you really believe in yourself and you have this tunnel vision of something that you want to do and you take it day by day, you can really do anything. And, you know, you can't really, you know, use any excuses of like where you're from or the things that you don't have or the position that you're not in. Because to be honest with you, like I said, I mean, majority of my life this far was moving very slow. Truth be told, like when I moved to LA, I was sleeping on a couch, you know. So, I mean, it was definitely difficult, and it's a long journey, but less excuses, and I think more work. I think that's the best thing that you can do.
His plan still includes coming back home to visit his family still on island, and pushing his new clothing brand, Contra, which drops in the new year.
Half a day, Storm, Pablo. You guys are watching LFG.
We look forward to seeing more of Storm's work. Amazing job there.
And next on LFG Love for Guam, we wrap up the show just right with your Sunday vibes.
Love for Guam is brought to you by Pepsi. That's what I like.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.